another round. Bring another round.
Oh, God. I didn't see it going this way tonight.
Sorry, folks from Happy Valley. No rhythmic slapping going on here tonight.
You're listening to the rhythmic slappings of Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. Nothing funny about rhythmic slappings.
Now, why am I laughing?
Remember that band you and I had, Cody? That jazz fusion duo, Rhythmic Slappings?
The Jerry Sandusky experience.
So inappropriately named.
Well,
I apologize for nothing.
neither did he. That's what's so messed up about the whole thing. Not shortly after, Artie.
Now he's getting Artied somewhere.
Artie. Now he's getting the Artie treatment in some.
In prison, he'll be the pie.
Yeah. Well, before.
Sorry. Let's get this train back on the tracks.
No, this actually feels like the good old day. Like this feels right. I like being in the middle of the storm. Artie, once things die down, he realizes he is a cook. He needs to make some lunch for these kids. So he chooses. He starts boiling the world's largest
container.
Tallest,
Holy crap!
Tallest.
You saw how many
pot.
kids there were there. They need at least 450 years of corn.
Okay, but if you're feeding, there wasn't like maybe 50 kids there.
Nah, there's got to be at least. There's
Yeah, but
about 100.
I mean, I've seen mass batches.
Have you ever
but
gone?
They're like they're big this way. They're big wide.
This was the tallest
This is like
pot.
a 6 foot
Tall.
by 2 foot pot.
You had to stand up on a chair to get
to the top
on
of
top
it.
of the stove, and he's like dumping half a thing of salt in there, and he's come
That
on,
was my
baby
favorite.
girl.
That was my favorite part because I like to cook. He's just got this one little salt, and then he opens this 200-gallon pot. It just yeah, that'll work.
You would literally need a salt mine to salt this thing.
Well, yeah.
And old Ben's over there shucking like 1,000 things of corn to go into this thing. It's just the most bizarre. I think it's funny. Like if it was done for humor, like, hey,
I don't think it was.
does
done.
our,
don't think it was
does
done for
our,
humor.
does our
No.
budget let us build a 7-foot tall pot for the stove?
No, my grandma's got one in her basement that she used to feed the.
Well, I'm sure
Feed
he
the
thought
Union
about the
Army
scene,
with.
but he probably didn't understand modern cooking. So bring me a big cooking pot, and they probably brought him
This
They're
is
never
all
going to be
we
able
can
to fit a
afford.
guy into this.
Well, basically, as he's standing up on the chair, salting the pot, which takes a while because it's got what probably I'm not good at. I guess 15,000 gallons of water in it.
Well, and he only has the one shaker. I mean, that's going to take forever.
Wait, why would you just cut a hole in it and dump all the salt?
No. You have to.
Doesn't he get real defensive too? I got to check on the corn.
He's checking on the corn, all right.
Couldn't get any chicken.
So as he's up there, we see the POV of a young person. We see their little hands sneak into the kitchen, watch him in typical Halloween, Friday 13th slasher style, watch him from behind the shelves. And when it's time, the little person sneaks up behind him, starts pulling the chair out from under Artie's feet. He's like, "What are you doing, you little bastard? I'll make you a chocolate sundae, whatever you want. Oh, that'll be good, won't it?" And the kid eventually just yanks the chair. Artie pulls the giant pot down
Boiling
on him,
water on top of him.
which technically should have flooded the campgrounds. I mean, it was so much
At least the cafeteria.
at least the cafeteria, and it burns him, and which is how they're going to handle all these kills. You don't see it actually fall on him, but boy, you see the after effects.
Great visual effect.
He comes
It
up.
actually was.
He comes up
Yeah.
from the ground, and just his skin, you can see it just
Just boiling right off.
burning
Yeah.
off of his face.
Yeah, it was.
His
it was
hands
really
come
well
up,
done.
you can see it burning down to the bone. The special
Yeah.
effects were phenomenal. But you don't see the kill, they just concentrate on the after, which is really cool.
Now, quick question: in the pantheon of slasher films, where did this fall on the timeline? Before 13th, after 13th? It had to be after.
After.
83, in 83, you've already had
You had the first two Fridays?
You've had the first 2 Fridays, and you've had the first 2 Halloweens.
Okay. And then what about Nightmare?
That came out 84, so that was
Okay,
right
so it's right
afterwards.
after. All right.
But
So
Friday
you've had,
spawned
so you've had
such
the
a-
2 13ths
And 2 Halloweens.
and 2 Halloweens. All right.
Actually, check that. You've had 3 Fridays. The first 3 were 80, 81, 82. So you've had 3 of them come out.
Okay. I didn't realize 80. part 3 had already come out.
Yeah, they do 80, 81, 82 are the first.
But
three.
if you think about filming, they were filming this before Friday the 13th 3.
well, they're filming it when it came out, probably.
Okay.
But the Friday spawned such a bunch of knockoffs. You got that was one K, The Burning. That's another summer
Yeah.
camp.
Burning,
That's about like 1980.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, you've got a ton of slasher
The
type
Prowler.
flicks.
That's like a few of us were talking about what the greatest summer camp movie of all time is, and they were going Meatballs and stuff like this, and I was like, actually, I think Friday the 13th is, because it spawned so many sequels and so many offshoots of the movie. Not to mention, it kind of ushered in the slasher era.
Much more so than Halloween's, sure.
You got a larger body count and
Right.
less
much
of-
much
And-
less
and
emphasis
much-
on much less emphasis on style, more on gore and
Right,
kills.
right. This is when the gore started really
And
coming into the slasher deal.
this movie really embraces
Yeah.
that, and
Well, that's why I thought the kill scene worked for me.
oh, it's great. The special effects were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So the cops show up. Old Man Mel, the owner, is really ready to sweep it under the rug as an accident. He doesn't want parents to find out about this and take their kids out. He quickly promotes Old Man Ben to head
You're
chef.
skipping over that terrible soap opera doctor. Oh, he must be in such pain.
That guy.
Every nerve in his body must feel like it's on fire. God, the pain must be unimaginable.
See, those are the characters I see you playing. You're so good at that.
He comes back to it twice. Like first, he goes to the old spiel here to wheel him off, and he's all, "Well, the pain must be unimaginable."
Maybe it's the glasses that make it so good.
I think so.
Those glasses are really helping with it. Just, can you imagine?
I just can't imagine the pain.
And then I remember when Old Man Mel's like, well, did it burn his eyeballs? Will we be able to see again? He's like, just too soon to tell.
It's just too early to tell. The pain must be unimaginable.
But Mel quickly in Damage Control, he promotes Ben to head chef at a $50 raise a week.
It gives everybody.
And then he's
step.
like, oh, and your little cronies here, how about an extra $15?
They all smile like it's Christmas.
Oh,
They're all
man.
like, right. Yeah.
didn't
$10
like
a
that
week.
child molester anyway.
Yeah, which I don't think
But for a
they
guy
did.
who seems to be complaining about, I'm just not making any money at this, all of a sudden he's got money to go around, does he?
Well,
Well, that was Artie's salary. He just divided it up between everybody else.
Exactly.
Won't be paying that poor burn bastard anymore.